Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I want to go through a few things about Google Slides that will help you do this magazine project. Pay attention to your shortcut keys, like inserting a new slide down here is Control M. So if you do Control M, you can make a new slide without having to go click on that every time. Another thing to look at for this project that will be helpful is the button that says Layout, and if you choose Layout, you will see a lot of predefined layouts for you to explore, and you can find something that kind of matches what you want to do. I'm going to choose something that just has a large title on it. So for doing this magazine project, you're going to want to handle some images. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. I want to add a background image to this picture, and I want to use an image, and I've already got some that I've put together previously. So in this case, I want to get this scene here, and now I have this background, and that looks pretty cool. So I like how that looks. I want to move this title block around, and let's change the font. Actually, let's just type in here a little bit. Example title. Okay, you can't see this. I see this a lot with some of the PowerPoints that have been turned in so far. You have a good title, and I can't really read it because it's on top of something that has matching colors or contrasts. A couple of ways to fix this. You could select the text box and use the fill bucket right here. Choose a color, and now you have an easy to read title. Another choice would be to choose the text box and change the text to, well, you have to select the text. Okay, change the text to a bright color or a color that is not in the image that's behind it. You could also use highlighting to make the title easier to see. So those are a couple of ways to fix that. So I'm going to use, let's just do something weird looking here. There we go. So now we've got a title. You can grab that and move that around right here to tilt at different angles if you want. So I'm going to tilt that a little bit that way. And there's my example title. Okay, whoops, went away from the page. Let's say I wanted to add in a block for some text. So I choose this text box tool, and I'm going to put an article right here. And if I start typing there, it's not going to be very easy to see. Let's see if I have some just text in here that I made up, but with that like that, you really can't see that, can you? But if I fill this in using the paint bucket, I can fill that in, and now I can read that text very easily. Let's go ahead and change it to something that's more reader friendly with a serif font. And notice this ragged edge right here. Magazine articles usually don't have this. So what we can do instead is use the justify button. Where's the justify button? More. There it is, justify. And we want to use this kind. And what that does is it adjusts the spacing between the words to make it where it fills in the whole box. And another thing we could do to make that box look a little nicer is we can add a line around the outside edge, and you can adjust the size of that line. And we could even make it like dots or dashes. Okay, so there you can see we have dotted or dashed lines around it now. So when you do this, kind of squeeze it together so it looks good. So now you have text on top of your picture and an example title, and this is not designed very well at all, I admit that, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things there. So another thing I want to show you is doing some images. I'm going to insert a new slide here and move this up here. So this is example images. I'm going to insert a picture real quick. couple of pictures. Okay, what I usually do if I'm putting one of these together is I will take a bunch of pictures ahead of time and have them saved somewhere where I can get to them quickly, so I'm not having to stop and go look stuff up. I usually have an idea about what I'm going to do before I start. So here is a little chair. If you click on image options here, it gives you some neat little things over here that you can do with that image. You can make it black and white, you could make it different colors that go with your magazine theme. So that's a real quick way to do that. You can adjust the transparency to make it kind of ghostly. You can adjust the brightness and contrast so you can get exactly what you want there. So that's one little thing you can do. Let's zoom in on that. No, never mind. And then another thing you can do is, I'm going to insert another picture. You can put a picture into a shape, and I picked this one for that. So I've got this really colorful picture here that I would like to use as a background for something, but I don't want it to be a rectangle. If you choose the crop option right here, and you choose this shape, now you can do a lot of different shapes here, so I'm going to make it look like this. And that gives me a little picture that I can use as a title background. I can put a text box over that now and make it look kind of cool. So again, that was just click on crop and go and find something that you like. So you can make shapes with pictures in the back. That should be enough to get you going on this project. You might look at some examples of page layouts and cover page templates and that sort of thing to use as examples.